Hi, this is Warlow from Business Loan Services and welcome to my Friday Business Finance Bulletin, my weekly roundup of news, tips, ideas and strategies on raising finance and dealing with banks. So what have I got for you this week? Well, we're going to be looking at alternative forms of finance and how many business owners are now actively thinking about using them. We're going to be looking at family-owned businesses and the challenges that they have when it comes to raising money. And in my tip of the week, a clip from a seminar in which I talk about the importance of the pitch when it comes to raising money from an investor or a bank. So let's start off with alternative forms of finance. Interesting survey out this week from Bibbys Financial Services, and they're an invoice discounting provider. And they've found out that a third of business owners are actively thinking about using alternative forms of finance. The reason being, there's kind of a level of dissatisfaction with existing providers. And in fact, there's two main problems that they have with existing finance provider. First of all, they deem them to be inflexible, and also they're dissatisfied with the level of customer service they get. In fact, 20% of those surveyed said they believe that their existing provider is inflexible, and 42% of them rated the levels of customer service that they get as either average or poor. But there's things are happening that are stopping them moving on to another provider. And the survey found that the key things that actually stop people taking action and moving is, first of all, the setup costs. As we know, when you're moving providers, particularly if you're looking to raise money against that as well, that comes at a cost. You've got the arrangement fees and the lending fees and solicitors fees if you've got security as well. So that's a major stumbling block. The other thing is that many of them don't believe that they actually will get any better levels of service. And so that's holding them back. And it's a case of better the devil you know. So if you're in that position, what should you do? Well, I would advocate testing the market out a bit. If you want to go move banks, open a number 2 account, a second account, and start using it and building up a relationship with those banks. Now, I mentioned previously in the previous episode actually about a survey out called the SME Finance Monitor Report, and it actually touched upon this subject of what stops people moving. And 5% of business owners there said that they are would-be seekers of finance. They may go out and seek finance, but they don't. And the things that are stopping them, first of all, they have a perception that they're going to get a no from the bank, and so what's the point? Well, as we know, that isn't necessarily the case. And the other thing that's stopping them is just the whole process and the hassle around it. Well, do you know what? If we all want a better deal, sometimes we just have to get up there and do it and take action. So if you are thinking of moving, and if you want to have a chat around your options, by all means, give us a call or drop us an email at Business Loan Services on our email address, info@businessloanservices.co.uk. Now, family businesses. Now, they have a particular problem when it comes to raising finance, according to a new survey out by the accountancy body KPMG. And they've looked at the whole issue of family businesses. And they found that 58% of family-owned businesses say they are actively seeking money. But also, as we talked about before, something's stopping them. Now, the big area where they can raise money is through private equity. That's where you're selling shares in the business. But many of them are wary about that because private equity providers will want an exit. They want to be out by year 3, year 5, or year 7 maximum. And if you're running a family-owned business, well, having to exit it, that may not necessarily be on the agenda. And so that's holding many businesses back. So what this report is suggesting that business owners should actually link up with high net worth individuals. So these are not big funds. These are individuals, typically people who've been there and done it and perhaps exited their own business and now have got money sloshing around ready to go somewhere. And KPMG reckon there are about 14 million high net worth individuals globally, and they are sitting on a net worth or a cash pile of about $53 trillion. And I'm sure you'd like a small portion of that. So how do you get hold of these high net worth individuals? Because they're probably not going around knocking on doors. Well, of course, you need to use your network. By all means, get in touch with myself and the team here at Business Loan Services. We'll know some people who've got money and want to lend it out or invest. Go and speak to your financial advisor. Go and speak to your accountant. Go and speak to your solicitor. All of these people will have access to high net worth individuals. And that is one source of alternative finance which you could easily tap into. So, what's my tip of the week? When it comes to raising finance, it's not just about the business plan and the proposal document that you put in front of the bank. It's also about how you present it. So it's about the pitch. So in this clip from a seminar, I'm going to talk a little bit about what you need to be thinking about when you are pitching for finance or investment. So let's go to that clip now. I've seen too many good business owners coming into the room and blowing it away because they got this bit wrong. It is so vital. You can have the best business idea, the best presentation, etc., but get this bit wrong and you're setting yourself up for failure. So what are we talking about here? So what we're talking about then is actually getting this pitch spot on so it talks the right language to the bank. So first of all, it's about the preparation. Preparation. Before you go in to see the bank, you should be taking your business plan or your growth plan or whatever you've called it, pulling it apart and saying, right, what are the key points that I want to get across to the bank? What are the key messages? So I want to tell them about my background. I want to tell them about the products. I want to tell them who we sell it to. I want to tell the bank then what I want to do, what my vision is. And then I want to say what I want to be borrowing from them. Those are the kind of key things. But the pitch bit doesn't stop there. It goes on then that you have to get it right, rehearse it right. You have to role play it out. Role play it with somebody to make sure it comes across well. Having got it rehearsed well, it's then getting into the bank and hitting it right to start off. So your pitch includes really good, strong opening statements. Do not be like the business owner I had once about 20 odd years ago, a young guy who came into my room and said, Mr. Warlow, bank managers were respected then, as if now, yeah. Mr. Warlow said, I know you probably can't help me, but what do you reckon the answer was going to be? I know you can't help me, but, yeah? It's got a strong opening statement that really makes me believe in you. Can't be a weak opening like that. Get that opening statement down. And similarly, your closing statement, equally strong. Because the way the human memory works is firsts and lasts. We remember first things and last things. All the bits in between is gumph that tends to be forgotten about. So get all these strong opening and closing statements. I hope you enjoyed that clip. So if you're in a position now of raising finance, don't forget, prepare your pitch, practice your pitch and present it correctly so you can increase your chances of getting that all too elusive yes. Now, as I record this, it's the middle of September 2014, and I have to say it is very clear that the economy is really picking up. A number of conversations with business owners and professional advisors this week, and everybody's saying they've never been so busy. And certainly we've had a lot of new inquiries come through this week in particular, so it's clear things are happening. So if you're sitting there wondering about whether you should go for growth and your financing options, as I said earlier, please feel free to get in touch with us, and myself, one of the team members, we're happy to have a no obligation chat with you about options available. All you have to do, drop us an email, info@businessloanservices.co.uk. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed all that information. So time to get out there and take action, and I look forward to being with you again next Friday. Thanks very much and have a great and profitable week. Bye-bye now.